Have you ever looked out at your backyard on a sweltering summer day and felt totally overwhelmed by the sheer amount of watering, mowing, weeding, and fertilizing it takes just to keep it from dying? What if I told you that some of the most famous, breathtakingly beautiful gardens in the entire world don't use a single drop of water and actually lower your blood pressure just by looking at them? Welcome to the ancient minimalist art of the Japanese dry garden. I'm Emma with Sakura and Stone, and today we are jumping into the world of Karesansui, the Japanese rock garden. We're going to explore exactly why they were created, decode the hidden secret meanings behind the stones, and show you how you can easily build one in your own yard to save water and finally find a little peace of mind. But before we start hauling heavy rocks into the dirt, we have to ask a crazy question. Why build a garden without any plants? Let's travel back in time 800 years to find out. For hundreds of years, wealthy Japanese emperors built massive, incredibly lush gardens filled with giant ponds, sprawling islands, and boating pavilions. But eventually, a new, tough military class of samurai took over the country. They didn't care about flashy, expensive parties or showing off their wealth. They valued intense discipline, ultimate simplicity, and a brand new type of Buddhism imported from China called Zen. Zen monks wanted spaces that physically forced the human mind to slow down and reflect. So, inspired by minimalist Chinese ink paintings that used huge areas of blank white paper to represent mist, they stripped the garden down to its barest bones, just sand, stone, and absolute silence. They believed in a concept called Yohaku-no-bi, the beauty of blank space. By leaving the space mostly empty, your imagination is forced to wake up and fill in the blanks. So we know the monks wanted simplicity, but how do a bunch of seemingly random rocks and raked sand actually become a landscape? It's all about a secret language of ancient symbols. In a dry garden, absolutely nothing is random. The stones are considered the permanent bones of the earth. When you see a large, jagged, rough rock standing straight up, it's not just a rock, it represents a towering, insurmountable mountain peak. Sometimes, smaller groupings of rocks are carefully arranged to look like mythical islands or even specific animals like a tortoise or a crane. In Asian mythology, those animals are ancient, powerful symbols of long life and deep happiness. At a famous garden called Ryoan-ji, there are 15 stones arranged so perfectly that no matter where you sit, you can only ever see 14 of them. It's a physical puzzle designed to remind us that humans are imperfect and we can never see the whole picture at once. And then there's the sand. Using a very special heavy wooden rake, caretakers draw thick, deep lines into crushed granite. This sand represents the water of the earth. Straight lines represent calm, peaceful rivers and a clear mind. Swirling circles wrapped tightly around the rocks look exactly like ocean waves crashing violently against an island. Raking the sand isn't just a garden chore, it's actually a moving meditation. It forces you to focus entirely on the present moment, dragging the heavy rake through the stone, leaving your anxiety and stress behind with every single step. That all sounds beautiful and deeply spiritual. But does staring at a pile of raked sand actually do anything for your brain? Amazingly, modern science says yes. Neuroscientists recently studied people looking at these traditional dry gardens, and they found something incredible. Because the garden is so simple and uses so much empty space, it gives your visual cortex a much-needed break from the chaotic, cluttered modern world. The smooth, flowing lines of the raked gravel actually mimic the natural fractal patterns found in nature. When your brain sees these patterns, it triggers your parasympathetic nervous system. Studies show that spending time in or a Zen garden physically lowers your blood pressure, actively reduces your heart rate, and even increases the serotonin levels in your brain, helping you sleep better at night. It's literally landscaping as medicine. So it's great for a monk's enlightenment, and it's great for your blood pressure. But what about a modern homeowner living in a scorching summer drought? The answer is, the dry garden is a modern landscaping superhero because the main massive elements of the garden are just stone and crushed granite. Your garden requires absolutely zero irrigation. It is the ultimate, most beautiful form of xeriscaping. And if you do want a little bit of greenery to break up the stone, you don't have to spend a fortune importing exotic, thirsty Japanese plants that will just die in the heat. Modern landscape designers, like those out in sunny, drought-stricken California, are taking this ancient Japanese layout and cleverly swapping in incredibly tough local native plants. Instead of planting a thirsty Japanese maple tree, you can plant a rugged, drought-proof Western redbud. Instead of delicate Japanese moss that needs constant misting, you can use tough native grasses that survive on almost nothing. You get the stunning, peaceful, architectural look of Kyoto, but it's custom built to survive your harsh local climate, completely maintenance-free. So after hearing all of that, are you finally ready to trade your loud, gas-guzzling lawnmower for a quiet wooden rake? Building your own dry garden is surprisingly simple. First, you just need to clear a flat space in your yard and put down a solid border to keep the gravel in. Next, and this is crucial, lay down a heavy-duty, weed-blocking fabric so your sand stays perfectly clean. Then, arrange a few beautiful jagged rocks. Make sure they're off-center so they look completely natural, and bury the bottoms of them in the dirt so they look like they are growing out of the earth. Finally, pour in your crushed granite, grab your rake, take a deep breath, and draw your very first wave. Whether it's a huge backyard makeover, replacing a dead lawn, or just a tiny desktop box for your stressful office, a Japanese dry garden isn't just about landscaping. It's about creating a quiet, intentional space in an incredibly noisy world. Well, we hope this was helpful and has motivated you to take the first step to a peaceful, low-maintenance garden year-round. Please enjoy the rest of this visual journey through various Zen gardens, and please don't forget to subscribe for more peaceful, sustainable garden designs. We will see you in the next video.